Are you thinking about moving to or relocating to Summerville, South Carolina, and you're just wondering, hey, can we handle it living there? It's no secret that Summerville is one of the hottest suburbs in the Low Country. Everyone is talking about it and everyone knows about it. Half of the Constitution-loving Californians, New Yorkers, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania have heard about it. The schools are great, the sports are great, restaurants, not bad. And food, great. I mean, the secret is absolutely out. We've got tons of people relocating here. Businesses are coming here. They're opening up shop. And there is a ton of pros, but there are tons of cons to living in Summerville that a lot of these no-talent, rip-off realtor YouTube agents are not gonna tell you. This is why you have me, a no BS, shoot straight from the hip, honest and fair, balanced opinion of this area. Why it might be the right place for you, or why it may be the wrong place for you. Hey everyone, my name is Ryan McHugh, and since 2019, I have been helping people much like yourself relocate to Charleston and Summerville. My family and I did this way over 9 years ago, and we did it with some issues, put some potholes, I'll say it, speed bumps. You know, things happened, but I learned from those mistakes, and now I've created a foolproof process that helps folks like you who are trying to do what my family and I did 9 years ago and relocate here. Maybe you're an empty nester, maybe you're 55 and up, maybe you're ready to retire, but you're not ready to have that life slowdown as of yet. So my team and I have helped over 300 plus families call Charleston and Summerville home. But most importantly, these families had me and my expertise and knowledge to relocate better than anyone else. And guys, there is proof behind what I'm telling you. Don't let these faux agents ruin your experience or cost you thousands by giving you wrong information. You need myself and my team. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you two things that absolutely drive me nuts about living in Summerville, and you'll never guess what they are. So stick around for that. Everyone I talked to recently has mixed feelings about the growth in Summerville. And if you're living here, you may also have those similar feelings. Some either love it and some just downright hate it. Whether you have to move here for work or you just want to slow life down and enjoy the sweet side of South Carolina. And boy, guys, that's what I did. I slowed down. I came from New York. I was like, boom, 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 boom. I slowed down a little bit. I mean, I'm still pretty fast paced, but I slowed down a little bit and I absolutely love it. I'm so thankful for it. Pro number one is its location. Summerville is located just 30 minutes outside of downtown Charleston and a short 15-minute drive to Ridgeville. Most of the large companies like Volvo, Amazon, Walmart, Mercedes-Benz are expanding their operations in the Charleston-Ridgeville area. Volvo just announced that they're going to be building all of their electric line Polestar vehicles right here in South Carolina, creating over 1,000 new jobs just this year. That's not even talking about what's coming down the line in the future. This proximity to major employers means shorter commutes for you and your family, and more job opportunities right in your backyard. Summerville's location also provides a really great balance between urban and rural living. You can enjoy the peaceful small town vibe, right? You got Hutchinson Square, you can have that cool little small town, relax, go sit in the park, read a book, enjoy yourself kind of vibe. Or you can be close to the bustling city life of Charleston and get the hustle and bustle that you're probably desiring. This means you get the best of both worlds, quiet scenic neighborhoods and easy access to city amenities and cultural events, guys. It is so much to do here. You're missing out if you don't take advantage of everything. Pro number two. This is a pro, but also a con, and I'm gonna explain a little bit why later, so stick around for that. The cost of homes and activities. One of the significant pros of living in Summerville, South Carolina is the cost of living in comparison to the rest of the country and Charleston proper. You can save a substantial amount of money compared to other nearby areas like Charleston. The cost of housing is more affordable and you get more bang for your buck in terms of property size and home features. Groceries, utilities, and even dining out can be more budget friendly here, allowing you to stretch your dollar further and enjoy a better quality of life without breaking the bank. I'll give you an example. My wife and I went to Mount Pleasant recently. We went out to an Italian restaurant. We had pizza, we had some appetizers, we even had a little pasta. And after our dinner was done, the bill came in, it was right around $63 before tip. Now, you may be saying to yourself, whoa, what did you guys eat, Ryan? Well, really not a whole lot. We had bruschetta, we had pizza and some pasta with a meatball, and that was relatively it. But it came to $63 plus tip. Now, if you go to Summerville and you were to order almost that exact same meal, we're talking less than $50 for that meal. So again, the prices do fluctuate from area to area. So it's something to consider, but you can enjoy a better quality of life without having to break the bank by living in Summerville. Pro number 3, the people. Now, true natives and long-term residents of Summerville are amazing because they have evolutionary adaptation. And this is something I haven't talked about on this channel before, but evolutionary adaptation, these folks are ingrained in the lifestyle, the culture, and even some of the changes coming to the area. They don't like all the changes, they like some of them. It's a yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am kind of mentality. And with the mindset of treat your neighbors with respect and appreciation. That seems doable, right? Yeah? No? No? You guys aren't for it? Okay. Well, you should treat your neighbors with respect and appreciation. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Some people who have just recently relocated here need to start adapting. The area isn't going to change because you moved here and you're set in your ways. Nope, not gonna happen.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Nope, not gonna happen. Pro number 4, proximity to other major cities. Now, you are close to a ton of major cities outside of Charleston. You're only an hour and 54-minute drive to Savannah, Georgia, which makes for a stunning day trip. And if you want to take your significant other to another city that's just as beautiful as Charleston, Savannah does it. Less than 2 hours away from Hilton Head Island. You're 2 hours, roughly about 30 minutes to Myrtle Beach, maybe less, depending on how busy the 17 is. And then you're 1 hour, 37 minutes to Columbia, South Carolina. And get this, you're less than 3 hours to Charlotte, North Carolina. So if Charleston is not the big city you're looking for, well, Charlotte's right down the highway. And you're only a 6 hour and 3 minute drive to Florida's Disney parks and Universal Studios. Guys, this was a game changer for my family. We can go whenever we want. We just hop in the car, we throw the family in, and we go and we do like an Airbnb or something cheap as a hotel right there in Orlando. So again, you're only a 6 hour, 3 minute drive. And for family vacations, you're only an 8 hour drive to the port of Miami for cruises or a 4.5 hour flight to Aruba or other Caribbean locations. God, I love Aruba. I wish I could go back soon. Very soon, hopefully. This central location makes Summerville an absolute ideal home base for travel enthusiasts. Because guys, you're only 30 minutes to the airport. Whether you're planning a quick weekend getaway or a longer vacation, you have a wide range of destinations within easy reach. And the flexibility is a huge perk. For anyone who loves to explore new places, experience different cultures, you're just gonna have more flexibility living in Summerville because things are so close by. Pro number 5, schools. The schools in Summerville rate pretty well according to niche.com. My kids go to a school rated 8 out of 10, and it compares to what she would have in Western New York. It's absolutely important to do your due diligence in visiting or touring the schools. These ratings can be influenced by a various ton of factors like the economy of the area, the demographics of the communities, and many other things. So you really need to kind of put in the homework and kind of figure out what's going to be the best option for you. So many times I get people to say, well, Ryan, I read online DD2 is where I got to be, because many of the schools in Summerville are part of the Dorchester District 2 school systems, which is known for its commitment to academic excellence, because that's what's been written online, and student development. So people think like that's the one all be all, there's nothing else out there. And that's just not true, guys. The district offers a variety of programs to support student academic and extracurricular activities and interests, including advanced placement courses, sport teams, or art programs. But as I mentioned, you also have Berkeley County, and that also does have a really great program for kids as well. So schools are pretty comparative, but you do need to figure out what is going to be the best option for you and your family. The school systems here ensure that your children will have access to well-rounded education and prepares them for future success. Berkeley schools also rate really high. As you start to travel to the more rural parts, you're gonna start to see scores descend. But for you folks who are always like, well, Ryan, we wanna be 30 minutes from a beach, 1 to 2 acres, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, and a 10 out of 10 schools, around 400K. Oh my God.
Just stop it, okay?
Guys, unless you have a time machine, you aren't going to find anything like this. Now, if you're okay being 1 hour outside of downtown Charleston in some of the more rural parts, you're gonna find what you're looking for, but you're not gonna have those 10 out of 10 schools, and you may not get up to full 1 to 2 acres. It's just something to consider, and the price points may be well over the 4. So if you're someone that's like, hey, we don't wanna be in the rural, but we wanna be close to everything, but we only wanna spend 400, this just may not be the area for you. And that's something that you need to consider. Pro number 6, neighborhood amenities. Most neighborhoods in Summerville have some sort of amenity center with a pool. Charleston County Parks offers trails, water parks, splash pads, and playgrounds galore. So if you're someone that's like, hey, I'm not finding what I'm looking for in Summerville, well, Charleston County Parks has a plethora of options for you. But neighborhoods like Nexton, Carnes Crossroads, those are gonna be designed with community living in mind. They actually feature clubhouses with fitness centers, social events. I know Carnes Crossroad has an agricultural 11-acre farm that's coming. And I gotta tell you, a lot of these offer a sense of community and belonging. So when you move here, you're not gonna feel like you're ostracized from a group of people. You're gonna feel more connected with people because these amenities make it easy to meet your neighbors, build lasting friendships, and allow you to build your circle of friends. And that's exactly what happens with most people who relocate here. One of my favorite parts of the communities and neighborhood amenities are the various farmers markets, food truck rodeos, and movies under the stars. Yes, I said food truck rodeos. If you don't know what that is, that's where neighborhoods will actually invite food trucks in on certain nights, usually like a Thursday or Friday night, and they basically create a chain of food trucks, and you can just go there and get a little here, get a little there, get a little there, and try a dessert, you know. Love it. Great. And then they have movies under the stars for the families. So you can watch Up or, you know, Gru or one of those awesome Despicable Me movies. And you get to watch it on a big blow up movie screen. And it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of things to do. Everything from golf cart parades to whatever. I mean, the neighborhoods are jam packed with activities. And if you don't go to them, well, you're not utilizing the neighborhood to its full potential. So if you live up north and you're stuck inside your home 4 to 6 months out of the year, you are missing what could be a fantastic lifestyle for you and your family, which segues me nicely into my next pro. Pro number 7, family-friendly environments. So Summerville offers just a family-friendly environment. I know I've said that in a lot of my videos before, and kids can just play in the streets here. They can run around at the parks. This is an important part of childhood that seems to be missing in most of the country right now. I have clients that are like, hey, I don't even want my kids going outside to the park near our house because there's homeless encampments, or, you know, there's needles on the ground, or there's human defecation on the, I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. That would never happen here. And the town hosts just numerous family-oriented events throughout the year, such as the Flower Town Festival, the Christmas Parade, the local farmers market, and yours truly is gonna be at this year's Oktoberfest. So come out and see me. I'm gonna have my booth set up. You can come out and say hello, introduce yourself to me, and I got some beer tickets. So if you schmooze me up, I'll hand you a beer ticket.
We're family now, and I got your back forever. You hear me?
If you're an empty nester or retiree, this area also has an environment just for you as well. Everything from pickleball at the new pickle bar, to line dancing, to classic car shows, 55 plus events and classes, activities directors. I mean, the activities are just endless. Additionally, the crime rate here in Summerville is relatively low compared to much larger metropolitan cities, which provides peace of mind for parents. The town's police and emergency services are highly responsive and respected and work hard to ensure the safety and well-being of all of the residents of Summerville. This makes Summerville a really great place to raise a family, or if you're a retiree, just makes you feel security of peace of mind, right? And one of the things that I tell everybody that I love is that all the police here, the sheriffs, the state police, the Summerville PD, they all get to take their vehicles home. And you might be saying, well, geez, why do they get to do that? That's not fair. Well, actually, it's called deterrence. It's called visual deterrence, and it does its job. And I absolutely love it because when you drive into a neighborhood, and like my neighborhood, and you see 3 or 4 police cars, are you gonna really try and break into that neighborhood? Probably not. Okay, I told you about the pros. Now, let me know in the comments if you like anything that you heard and if you would consider Summerville after hearing these pros. But guess what, guys? Not everything can be perfect. It's just not the way life is. Now it's time to dive into the cons. And as I mentioned, I have 2 personal cons that just drive me nuts, and I'm gonna save those for the end, so you gotta stick around. Con number 1, commute times. A common complaint is that it takes a long time to get to neighborhoods, and if they're too far out, it can take you 15 to 20 minutes just to get to the highway from your front door, and then another 30 minutes to drive downtown. That's almost a 2-hour round trip. This can be especially challenging during rush hour when traffic congestion can add even more time to your commute. Guys, it's all about location, location, location. And if you want to get the best bang for your buck, you are more than likely going to be further away from the interstate. But here's the thing. The average price of those homes will be roughly $100,000 to $150,000 more than homes that might be tucked further into Summerville. If that's going to be a deal breaker for you, then prepare to spend a little extra to get closer to the highway. All right, con number 2, overcrowding. It's no secret Summerville has just absolutely exploded in the last few years, and the area is developing almost as fast as the new residents move here. The issue is that we're seeing wait times, appointments, and even services change their policy for longer wait times. If you got a doctor's office visit, plan to have it about 3 months away from when you book it. Hair salons are booking 2 to 4 weeks in advance. So if you're like me and you go maybe every 2 weeks to the barber shop, you have to book 2 or 3 visits ahead, just so that you can stay ahead of the amount of people who are constantly booking. I mean, my person that does my hair, I can't even get on his schedule this month. I'd have to wait till next month. That's just ridiculous to me. And then factor in schools with the overcrowding. There's some kids that are having to be waitlisted in certain schools, and Dorchester District 2 is now starting to experience some of those growing pains, especially with the bus routes. You even have gyms that are getting crazy busy, crazy packed. My particular gym that I go to, I have to go around 6:30 in the morning just to beat the mass crowd of people who show up at 8 a.m. and then you can't even get a machine. Good luck, forget about it. I mean, there are so many people that go to that gym. It's like if you go there between 8 to 10 a.m., you're not getting a machine. It's just almost impossible. And the other thing of this is restaurants, the wait time, if you call and you're like, hey, I want to take my wife out for dinner, you may have to book that a week to 2 weeks in advance. Even on food delivery services, the average delivery time for like an Uber Eats or a DoorDash can be 50 to 65 minutes, guys. And by the time your food gets to you, it's essentially cold. So if you do the premium or the upgraded direct to you system where you pay an additional $10 or $5 depending on the restaurant, well, yeah, this is gonna come to you, but again, you're paying more for that meal. And who wants to do that?
Nah, I'm good.
Vehicle repair is even another one that's crazy. My wife had her vehicle in the body shop for almost 3 months doing just small vehicle repair. And even house calls for services like HVAC or pests or termite, those are even booking out months in advance. So the new influx of residents has also led to increased demand for housing, guys, which can drive up prices, and it does. And it makes it harder to find available homes. So if you're someone sitting there and you're watching this and you're saying, well, Ryan, my wife and I read a blog article from 2018 that said we can find affordable housing in South Carolina because everything is cheap. The South is just cheap, Ryan. That's what we've known. We read that article. Yeah. Well, you might as well just cancel your trip here because it will be a complete waste of your time. It's no longer cheap, guys. Housing in Summerville is an average market price of $425,000 and growing. I do have some clients who will keep the price around $300K and buy a smaller home or a home that needs more love or TLC, and then they move in and immediately start needing to make repairs. All right, next con, flooding. And this is a big one. According to floodfactor.com, Summerville has a moderate risk level. There are 2,409 properties that are in the 29483 zip code that have a greater than 26% chance of being severely affected by flooding over the next 30 years. So Summers Corner, the Ponds, historic Summerville, those areas, guys, you're up there in the percentages. Now, this only represents 7% of all properties in Summerville, because remember, you still have Berkeley County side of things, and you still have, downtown Summerville. So again, flooding can cause significant damage to homes and property, leading to very costly repairs and disruptions in your life. To mitigate the risk of flooding, it's important to invest in proper home maintenance and flood prevention measures. You may be saying, well, what is that, Ryan? This includes ensuring your property has adequate drainage. So some people put in, French wells or the boxes that, box drains and stuff like that. Some people install sump pumps in their backyard, and considering flood insurance is also important. So where I live, I'm in a flood zone X, which means I'm not required to carry flood insurance on my home, but I still do because it's only about $400 a year, and that's relatively inexpensive. If one day the big storm does come, at least my family and I are covered for the value of our home and our belongings. So staying informed about weather patterns and flood warnings can also help you take a proactive step to protecting your home and all of your family's belongings. However, if you are deathly afraid of the weather and the chance of a flood by hurricane, or you're one of those global warming alarmists, then this area is not for you. Climb back into your Prius or Subaru and head back to San Francisco. And if you are from San Francisco and you absolutely hate their environment, well, South Carolina will welcome you with open arms, if you catch what I'm saying. Con number 5, builder lack of creativity. Some people find that the builders in Summerville lack some creativity and variety in their home designs. Many new developments feature similar looking homes with limited architectural diversity. This can be a major drawback if you're someone that's looking for a unique or custom designed home. Now, some builders just will create the 5 best floor plans they have and repeat build those over and over and over and over and over. And they do sell, and they do relatively good. The issue with a home like that in one of those communities is that you're gonna have to sit on that home for quite some time until the builder is out of there before you can really sell and make a massive profit. And 2, you may have to do some upgrades to the home that might be expensive in order to set yourself aside from all those other floor plans that are in that neighborhood. And that there, my friends, however, lies a major issue. There are still options for those of you seeking more variety. It's just some builders offer more customizable floor plans and design features that allow you to personalize your home to your liking. Additionally, exploring older established neighborhoods can reveal more diverse and charming properties that stand out from newer developments. Working with a knowledgeable real estate agent like myself can help you find the perfect home that meets that aesthetic preference. Because let's be honest, not everyone wants to walk into a cookie cutter home and call it home. Some people like character, some people like architectural design, and some people just like the look of their home to be different from all the other neighbors. So I totally understand that. So again, some builders are just kind of spitting out the same floor plans and they kind of all look the same and the roads look the same. So, the only thing difference is the name of the street. And that can be somewhat frustrating, especially if you're spending $400,000, $500,000 on one of those homes. All right, con number 6, increasing crime and accidents. Now, there has been an absolute increase in crime and deadly accidents in the area, which is a concern for everyone. As the population grows, so does the potential for crime and traffic-related incidents. This can impact the overall sense of safety and security in the community. And to address these concerns, Local law enforcement agencies are implementing new strategies and increasing patrols to deter criminal activity, but also speed. Speed tends to be an issue that we see a lot here. And I'll tell you what, if you're driving down the 26 and you got your cruise control set at 74, somebody's gonna go blowing by you doing 90. And that's the other thing is some of these communities, people do speed through, and that's why they have the community watch programs and neighborhood associations to play a very crucial role in promoting safety and fostering a sense of vigilance among the residents. By staying informed and engaged with all the local safety initiatives, you can help to contribute to a much safer environment for everyone. Road rage can be common here, and you really need to step back, take an extra breath, and just remember, it's not a perfect world. You're not gonna get everywhere faster than everybody else. You don't wanna pay a hefty ticket or go to jail for reckless endangerment or reckless driving. Con number 7, competitive market. One of the biggest cons of Summerville, South Carolina is the competitive housing market. With 77 people a day moving to our Tri-County area, finding a house here can almost seem impossible. Because it is a competitive market, people will call me and I will help them navigate a complex strategy of my negotiation style. What does that mean? Well, I recently helped a client secure a pre-owned home in a very high demand neighborhood from $650,000, that's what it was listed at, to $590,000. That was a $60,000 discount. How did I do it? Well, you need to let me be your buyer's agent, and I can help you too. Okay, folks, we have gotten to the end of our list, and as promised, I did mention I had 2 additional cons that drive me nuts, and most importantly, might make you a bit crazy as well. So, my first personal con is the people who refuse to adapt to the culture between the Southern lifestyle of laid back and relaxed to the food and cultural scene, including the Gullah Geechee people, as well as the politeness and manners of the people in the South. Now, in the last couple of years, a lot of non-natives, we'll call them, have relocated here and they refuse to adapt to the lifestyle, and they still act like they did in New York, California, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. And a lot of it is a very hostile attitude. My final personal con is over the abundance of fake and phony realtors. Guys, okay, so I'm gonna get serious here with you for a second. When I first got into real estate and I started my YouTube channel back in 2019, I had a very clear purpose. There wasn't one agent doing videos, and now they're all like jumping on the bandwagon. But here's the thing. The information these realtors are giving are, in my opinion, very misleading, and they refuse to talk about the real negatives of living here. I refuse to sugarcoat for you guys and then feed you with it, okay? That's not my style. I really want to be transparent with anyone that's moving here, because if you aren't gonna like it, you're gonna be pissed off at me that I went ahead and sold you a bag of goods. That's why you need to reach out to myself and my team, the Buy From Rye team. We're absolutely crushing it and getting people into homes, and even in this competitive market, even with high interest rates, we're still making deals happen, and we do it with making sure we have your best interests at heart. I don't ever want you to get a bad deal. My goal is to help you, and if your goal is to be here, much like it was for my family, and we had the purest of interest when we wanted to relocate. It wasn't like we were coming there to take over or upset our realtor. We came there with the best intentions. And that's the thing, you gotta put yourself in that person's shoes. Unfortunately, this realtor is not a great example of that. If you wanna see available properties now, no matter what time of the day it is, go to www.buyfromrye.com. My team and I have your back when it comes to moving to Summerville or Charleston. Until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Hey, make sure you check out this video right here of another great Summerville neighborhood.